cuckabug.
Hey y'all, in this video I'll be showing you how I did a hairstyle inspired by the legendary, beautiful, and very talented Cicely Tyson. Luckily, this is a very easy style to do, so you're not going to need much. I used both bobby pins and hairpins depending on what I'm planning on securing and pinning down. Also a bunch of the flower Baby's Breath. The more you have, the better. It's going to look fuller and prettier. And also, I would suggest you getting fresh flowers. The dried ones look good still, but they're a bit more fragile to work with. So go ahead and cut off the very bottom part of the stems just so you're not working with anything wet. So this type of flower tends to branch off. If the joint area was kind of low, I went ahead and just cut it into 2 pieces. So here I am arranging the flowers. I'm putting the longer, taller ones in the back and the shorter ones up front. I'm also concentrating the density in the middle. So this is going to make it pop out more. But if you want it to be seen from the front, the flowers, I would suggest putting the higher density area on the sides. Preparing your hair for this style is also super easy. I just worked on stretched hair. It was originally stretched out by a braid out, and I just did it again. I just did braids on top and twist on the bottom. And you really don't have to use any heat. I would suggest not to, because later on you're gonna need the top of your hair to wave up. And here's some up close just cause. You don't have to pick your roots, but just kind of get the top of your hair to spread out a little bit so you'll be able to slick it down later. I suggest slim and very thin ponytail holders so that they'll be able to hide within your hair pretty easily. Also, you're gonna need a liquid. I'm using a hair tea, that's why it looks the way it does. And just wet the top of your hair. I focus mostly on the sides of my hair in the front, but you can go ahead and just do the back so it's more cohesive. But if you don't, like I didn't, it's okay because it will be hidden by the flowers. A low ponytail is fine, that's why I ended up doing. But if for some reason your stems are very short, you can go ahead and raise it up some just to make sure that you can see the flowers from the front a bit easier. And you're gonna go ahead and get a second ponytail holder and just kind of fold your hair over your hand to have it cupped, and do it very loosely like this. So instead of a gel, I'm going to opt for a thick twisting butter. This one's from Camille Rose. You can see I have a little bit left over from another take right there. But I'm just going to go ahead and smooth that on the parts of my hair that I already sprayed. Here I'm doing a side part just because that's the part I like. But you can also try just doing it straight back and getting your hair to wave up that way too. This oil right here, y'all, ooh, this is one of my favorites. You can always find it at a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's. It's castor oil based, and so it gets that, it has that thickness and it adds a lot of shine to your hair, and it smells wonderful. I love it. So I'm just adding that on top of the twisting butter, and then I'm gonna lay everything down with a scarf. How long you leave on the scarf depends on how wet you got your hair with the liquid and the cream. But really it won't take much because your hair is pretty much dried. So probably like, girl, 30 minutes. And just take that off. And then this is what you're left with. Everything is slicked, honey. Slicked. So afterwards, if your hair has waved up to your liking, you can go ahead and move on to the flowers. So I'm just going to use a small black rubber band, the ones that you use for your hair. I'm going to use those to tie the flowers together. The color doesn't matter because everything's going to be tucked in. So right now I'm just showing you that I'm pulling some of the flowers down into the side. So however you want your flowers to lay, get them in that format and then go ahead and tie the flowers together. So the second time I did this, I actually used double the amount of flowers, which I do recommend. It looks so full and so pretty. And I still was able to tie all the flowers together with one rubber band, so don't worry about it. It will all be secured. And so now all you have to do is just tuck the flowers into the cup part of the bun. And they won't move around, and it's not heavy, even if it might look that way. And then later on, we're gonna go back and secure some things down. So for this style, I like keeping my hair or my bun big and fluffy. So right now I'm just tucking in some of the ends so they're not poking out. And I'm doing that by adding a second ponytail holder on top of the ends. Using a hairpin, I start pinning down some of these stems. I make sure to focus on the area right above my ponytail holder so that the stems kind of flare out a bit at the end. So in some areas I went back with bobby pins just in case I wanted some of the stems to be secured a bit tighter. And I also went ahead and made sure that all the flowers were laying how I wanted them to. And we are finished. Super easy, right? And very beautiful. I'm in love with this look. I love flowers, so obviously I'm a big fan of this look. And I think it's suitable for a lot of occasions. It gives off a very bridal feel, but girl, I would just wear this walking down the street. It's just too cute. And it photographs very well as well. I am gonna put some photos at the end of this so you guys can check that out. If you do try to recreate this look, let me know. I would love to see how y'all did it. And make sure y'all connect with me on other social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, now TikTok, and you can reach out to me on my blog. If you guys enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I love reading the comments. And also subscribe if you would like to see more. Thanks again.